Only 10%? Stop joking. SGC here, and we are back with a movie review. Lucy. Directed by the great Luc Besson, who brought us The Fifth Element. I seriously swear that guy has to bring us something on that par soon, or I don't know what to feel about him. But anyway, this is a 2014 French science fiction action film, directed, written, and edited by Luc Besson. I can't pronounce his French name. And it stars Scarlett Johansson as the title character, along with Morgan Freeman, Amr Waked, and Choi Min-sik. So what's this movie about? Well, basically it's about the whole myth of using 10% of your brain, and Scarlett Johansson is like a delivery person, and somehow she gets the stuff in her, and obviously her brain goes to 100%, and she becomes this thing. And pretty much the entire movie is just a progression of her brain usage. Like, seriously, please don't believe that, because that's a total myth. It's been proven that we don't use 10% of our brain only. It's not true. Seriously, a disclaimer should have been written in this film for sure, because I swear, there are people who watch this film and are like totally bought that, yes, oh, I use 10% of my brain, just no, sort of thing. Like, holy crap. Like, I talk to some people and I'm like, no, it's false. We use more than 10%. For sure. It's proven. Google it. Just don't buy it. Don't buy it. So what did I think? Well, first off, I would applaud for Scarlett Johansson to be in this project. I don't know why she was in this project, but I think she did a great job. She really, proved to audiences that she can lead a standalone film, and totally Black Widow is going to happen after this for sure, because she proves that she can lead a film, and people will actually flock to see it, because, I mean, if you look at the box office, it made $217 million on a budget of $40 million, so that's not bad for sure. She makes money, she brings money in for sure. I think visually, this movie is kind of crazy and awesome, and the premise is interesting, but there is a but. The premise for the powers is cool. Like, the fact that they think these powers could exist is pretty cool, and how they portray these powers are cool. But not the 10% thing. That's not cool at all. At all. I think that's the highlight of this movie, is that Lucy, Scarlett Johansson, can stand alone in a film for herself. And also, Choi Min-sik finally has a Hollywood, debut, I guess. He's pretty badass here, plays his most, gangster self, usually, and he is convincing and just, hilarious that, there is no English line from him whatsoever. It's just Korean all the way, and he's menacing in his own, native tongue, and it's just awesome. I just wish he's in more Hollywood stuff, because he is great stuff, and he brings, a threat. He can just come out as a thug boss, and I'll be totally fine with it. Here, do that for other movies. I don't care. Just show up in more Western films, because you are awesome. Now, what did I not like? The premise, the pacing, the actual storyline, the actual fact that there is no rules in this science fiction. There needs to be rules, even with her power thing. It's just you need some restrictions, or else it just becomes this thing. I think so much stuff happened throughout this entire movie of, say, 89 minutes. I swear it could have been chopped down to half an hour, Twilight Zone sort of thing, and I would have totally bought it, and it would have been so much better, because it's condensed and to the point, and it's just we don't need all this cop stuff or explaining what's happening, but it's rather just the progression of her brain capacity, this power. I swear, if they just threw out the 10% thing, and it's these things give you power, these drugs gives you power, I think people would have loved it much better. Don't explain it. We don't need to explain the science behind it, but just explain these mystical things, unlocks the brain. If they say unlock the brain, that would have been so much better than this 10% as we progress. And this progression bar throughout the entire movie is just kind of tacky. So basically, I feel this movie could have been so much shorter. It fits in the Twilight Zone of just weirdness and randomness, because it just feels like that. It is like that. And I feel that, I don't care. I don't need explanations if it's, done like that. But when you try to fit in real science into it, I'm just, not buying it. And Morgan Freeman, for me, didn't really work here. I think he could have been recast. I think it's just the fact that Scarlett Johansson and Morgan Freeman was in this, that people flocked to see it. And I think if Morgan Freeman wasn't in this and someone else was in it, people were oh, I'm not too sure. But, I mean, they buy tickets. But basically, I think Morgan Freeman fell flat for me, because it's just he wasn't convincing. It's just he played a Lucius Phlox that wasn't really knowing what's happening. This woman just came up to you and explained everything, and you're just oh, really now? I couldn't stand that. So basically, that's it. Scarlett Johansson was good, visuals were good, storyline, blah, don't care, disclaimer, don't believe it. And that's pretty much it. Have you seen Lucy? If you have, leave a comment down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible, and we'll discuss. And that is all for his movie review for Lucy.